ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? You niggas ain't ready. Nope. You niggas ain't ready. Nope. You niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? It's me, nigga. I seen it in my crystal ball under the mistletoe. I seen this shit crystal clear. They feel like they getting close. The timing already here. They feel like I didn't know. My ancestors had me prepared. I'm using a different scope because the missiles is locked. Malicious pistols are cocked. The army different from cops. I observe, I listen and watch. Hall of Fame the way I'm pitching the rock. The same shit from the lip, just a chip from the block. No, these niggas ain't ready. Nope, these niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who plays? Peace to the family. So we are doing this live, and you know how it is. Internet live thing works out great. I'll open the phone lines up for the tapped in portion, and like I said, this whole situation is a transition period for me, and so the internet connection, the video and things of that nature is not A1, but I'm gonna still get this information off. I'm gonna still speak it, so hopefully I get some thumbs up, let me know that everything's gravy, like, share the videos, so forth and so on. Shout out to Dreamwise, shout out to the whole Chaos family. Shout out to all of the spirits, all of the souls, all of the ethereal beings out there that are encased into this matrix we call the human body. I'm the Hood Mystic. I represent www.hoodmystic.com. And basically, I'm going to just go through the transmission. I'm going to go through the transmission, and I'm going to go through the channel, and I'm going to just explain this information as best as I can, and try to explain this thing from a spiritual perspective, from a soul perspective, and then open the phone lines up. So be sure to utilize the links in the description to tap in. So first and foremost, we're looking at Venus entering into sidereal Taurus. We're also looking at Pluto entering into sidereal Capricorn. These energies are cusping, meaning that they are just now entering this energy, and they're entering it at the same time, which gives us a earth sign trine. Okay, so the earth is more of the tangible reality. It is the matter, but we're dealing with Venus and Pluto, transformational, powerful energy that's centered and changing the vibration. So the energy is mind over matter. That's very important, family. The matter comes secondary, the mind becomes first. So as we deal with this transition, we have to understand, like, the things that we see on TV, the things that we see on the news, we have to decode that energy. Give me 1 second. I don't know why my children are like that. They wait till I go on live or things like that to just start talking, but you gotta love them. But anyways, this energy, mind over matter, is particularly dealing with economics. So your financial situation, family, you have to really re-envision it, really do some research, do some knowledge, understand the interest rates, understand the value of a dollar, understand foreign trade markets and things of that nature, and see how these things reference to you, because they actually do reference to you. You just have to actually find your place in it. You have to find your place in abundance. You have to find yourself in prosperity. And say, for instance, you don't see it, begin to speak it now. Begin to realize that energy now. Do not say that you are broke. Do not be mad that you're not at work. Really remove yourself of that energy, because Venus is approaching Pleiades. Pleiades is at the border of the cosmic Milky Way, opposite of Scorpio. This energy is a gateway to spiritual oneness, spiritual reality. So the energy is likened to a reunion. So reunion, to become one again with your spirit. And this is personal, meaning you have an opportunity to be with your kids, your family. You probably haven't seen them in a while because you've been busy at work. But even more so, you might not even have a family. You might be alone. This is actually the more pertinent meaning of reunion. It is an interpersonal reunion with your abundance and your humanity, which is the lesser side of you. It's like the 10% of you. When scientists say you use 10% of your brain, well, that's all humanity has to offer in this reality, in this matrix. The 90% is taken over. And with comes that is economics, love, and peace. The love part may come in I've been seeing a lot of sexual energy and people trying to deny that sexual energy or sexual longing. You have to understand it might be working mutual, and then you have to understand the modality of polygamy and polygyny, meaning women with multiple men and men with multiple women. This is how the world is actually been this way for a while, but personally, you have to begin to open your mind and your eyes to an ideal situation, because what we're referencing is economics. What we're referencing is children having families. Okay? Beyond personal, I got my heart broke, or I couldn't see myself, or sharing my life with another man. These things, it's different things, different strokes for different folks. And you have to look at your economic situation. You have to look at things from the most logical, tangible, realistic way possible. And in this way, you can start to undersee. You can start to undersee. That's understanding and seeing put together. You start to undersee that there are a lot of things working for you in the background. And the main idea is that you are under maintenance. Your body, your humanity is being upgraded. So as the energy is shut down, that does not mean that there are things working in the background that is not assisting you and guiding you to another level of prosperity, another level of abundance. Because Pluto is entering into an earth sign that is giving us a huge shift of transformational energy in a new land, in a new way of life. And the way of this life, the way that you get entered into this new way of being, is that if you are centered in spiritual love. This is different from ego love. A car cannot love you, but a driver can drive the car all over the city and do all types of things. A car is just a tool. A body is just a tool. Our ego is just a tool. Spiritually, we are what we seek. Spiritually, we are wealthy. Spiritually, we are love. Spiritually, we are advanced. But when we do not focus on that part, when we separate from that part, we tend to focus and center on ego love. And that is not going to allow you to level up into another dimension of experience. And I know people is like really confused about this shit. But no, I'm talking about real paradigm shift, life changing, life altering energy being bestowed upon the planet. And the password is spiritual love. I am a spirit having a human experience. Okay? Because humans are not allowed. Sheep are not allowed. So in this process, if it does seem difficult, understand that Jupiter is approaching Pluto into an exact conjunction. So our clairsentience, our clairvoyance, and claircognizance is going to be raised to high levels. So you become more psychic then you become human. You become more spiritual. Hold on, I'm gonna have to really talk to these kids. I'm gonna put this on mute. I told you we live, and I'll be back. And yeah, that was had to happen. So couldn't even think for real. So Jupiter conjunct this Pluto energy, your clairsentience, your clairvoyant shit. My clairsentience, clairvoyance was thrown off like a motherfucker. Them kids, I tell you, man, it ain't no. It's only being at home with your children that's gonna really be the death of you at the end of the day. Can you manage that? That'll be the most spiritual thing. And if you don't got no kids right now, bless up, really be grateful that you don't have no kids to really be around 24/7 and actually have nowhere to take them or nobody to really go nowhere, no shit like that. So, beyond all of that, for all of us, we are entering into a time where we are more spiritual, more psychic than we are human. And what had to happen was a collapse of society for this to raise up. We were not going to focus on this psychic if we had to work or if we even had to drive into work. See, we can be aware and awake and work from home, take care of the 10% of human life, and still deal with the 90% of our spiritual reality. And it takes very little effort to tap in, especially as Jupiter progresses throughout this week. So just expect your psychic energy to raise, by drastic amounts. But say, for instance, you're worried. Say, for instance, you are worried, then you are missing out on this thing. Worry, the word worry refers to animals. Only an animal can be worried. A sheep in particular, because worry is reference for a dog killing a sheep. And that is the feeling that a sheep walks around with, the worry of a dog. And the mere worry of a dog can kill a sheep without a dog even attacking them. This is where we get the word worry from. So when you are an animal, when you are a human being, you do have to deal with worry. You do have to deal with dogs and things of that nature living in a zombie apocalypse. Or you are a spiritual being and you have a purpose. And if you have a purpose, no government shutdown, no government, so forth and so on, will stop you or block you from your purpose. However, if you have no purpose and you're just a mere human, you might be subjected to worry. So, are you focused in on your 10% or are you focused in on your 90%? Are you a spirit having a human experience or are you a human trying to grasp this human experience or the human reality or the spiritual reality? You think yourselves as humans searching for a spiritual awakening when in fact you are a spiritual being attempting to cope with the human awakening. Seeing yourselves from the perspective of the spirit within will help you to remember why you came here and what you came here to do. So, like I was saying, the etymology for worry is actually biblical and it's referencing dogs and sheep. And to actual worry means to slay, kill, or injure by biting or shaking the throat. And I'm only referencing this definition or etymology so you would not worry unless you want to focus on this particular energy bestowed upon yourself. So many people think that is harmless to worry. And then they wonder, like, where is this energy coming from? But they stay worried up. That's because that's a human instinct. The same way it's a dog's instinct to chase. Even if you train them, even if they're obedient, even if they're good with other animals. But the mere fact that they exist cause serious damage to the sheep, even if the dog doesn't catch them. So you have to understand who's the dogs and who's the wolves. Where you might be a sheep, or are you a wolf? In 2020, are you a sheep or are you a wolf? If you watching this video post live, please let me know in the comments. Please in the chat with a emoji, let me know. Is you a sheep? Is your ancestors sheep, or if your ancestors wolves? And what they actually doing to the sheep? What's actually happening to the humans? Now this is all download, okay? This is all like things coming together based upon me being observant. So while I'm in this relocated state, or until I get my things separated or have my situation set up the way I like to, I'm just coming on some real rogue, random channel shit. You understand? Because that's the way Spirit is speaking to me. And I just want y'all to understand this. Are you a worrier? Or are you the one who incites worry? Because your mere instinct incites worry. If you are a wolf, if you are a sheep, you know. And so this is more of a channel. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. Do I get back up? Because the next step. I ain't even about to tell y'all what the next step is, because y'all gonna take my woke card away, and I ain't even for that. And I'm gonna just really be peaceful about it, because they children and they having fun. And I'm sure that y'all can hear me, but it's more or less bothering me and disturbing my train of thought. But I'll actually focus through and get through what I'm trying to say. So, in all of this build up, every video that I do is like more of like a story. So I'm never zigzagging too far off the path. Where we have John and where we have the apocalypse, they are synonymous, because John is supposed to be the author of the apocalypse. And you have John the Baptist, but then you have John who actually wrote. Then you have a chapter in the Bible called John. And so, understanding these days and times, you actually are living in the apocalypse. Just go ahead and Google apocalypse now. Just Google apocalypse and then look up news, and you'll see it over and over again. And apocalypse, revelation, and these things becoming hidden. And the things that we refer to as evil or demonic is actually within their actual Bible. Looking at the concordance, is the divine power, the deity, the divinity, the demonian or the demon. And this is all coming from John chapter 10 in the Bible, because I was just doing the research and just doing the worry part, and I got to the actual Bible verse, and I'll just read the beginning of the Bible verse. In the end, I ain't gonna do all of that. But when you get some time, read John chapter 10, because the channel was that's the energy for which we are living in. I'm going to just give you a rundown, because you can't be caught up in the energy of like Jesus, because Jesus is just the mouthpiece for John, right? Jesus ain't the real thing. It is the fact that Jesus had a demon, and that demon was a Baphomet, or a Baphomet is just the head of wisdom, which was John. John predated Jesus. John baptized Jesus. But then John was beheaded, right? And when he was beheaded, it would have said that Jesus was the one who carried around John's head as if a Baphomet. And this is where you get the stories of the Knights Templar and the Baphomet, because they was saying that they either had a head of Jesus or they had a head of John, like Jesus. But this is what this actual John chapter 10 is talking about. It's talking about the possession of a Baphomet. But it's all tied into the sheep and the humans and the sentient energy of being in control of the sheep. Because when you are a shepherd, you are, is another word for saying sentient. And when you are a sentient, you are in control of the sheep. Now, the sheep are an analogy for human beings. So now we have a change of guard. We have the ones who actually have been, who are the Messiahs or the Christ or the Christos or they say like the Messiahs are a race of beings that are here to actually take control of the sheep, take control of the humans, because the humans are our inventions. But we got so in love with our inventions, we became our inventions, right? But we got so trapped in the lower dimensions that we forgot that we was actually a part of our inventions. Now that awakening has come, and so the government officials who actually know this truth have, stepped down from Microsoft, stepped down from here, stepped down from here. Oh, I heard they arrested Oprah, heard they arrested him, and these things happening. Oh, we about to give everybody checks and things of that nature. And not to say that that's going to save you or help you, but this is just to show you that nobody is in control of you. Okay. So the hired servant is the government, who merely serves for wages, who is neither the shepherd, meaning they're not the sentient being that, nor are they the owner or creator of the sheep. But when they see the wolf coming, the she wolf or the Venus energy, so because we're talking about Venus trine Pluto, Venus is in Taurus, and Taurus is ran by Pleiades. Pleiades represents like the pack. When Venus is exalted in Taurus is because it's conjunct Pleiades, because Venus is likened to a wolf and Pleiades is likened to a pack or the seven sisters and things of that nature. It's a culmination of energy. So the actual hired servant, the CEOs and political officials of the world, they see the wolf coming. So they flock, so they desert the flock and they run away. But the people is looking to these people for leadership, right? Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? I don't have nowhere to work. I don't know what am I supposed to do. Like, see, they forgot that they were spiritual beings. They actually thought that they were sheep, right? They thought that they were humans. And so the wolf chases and snatches and scatters the flock. And so that's just one part of the verse. You would have to read the whole thing, and I'm not about to do Bible study on here. Like, this ain't Sunday service, that's Dream, that's Dream and D-Ray. They got that on lock, but I'll just pick and choose different things. So at the end of the verse, verse 20, at the end of the chapter, verse 20, he is to say, and many of them said, he has a demon, like he possesses a demon, because that demon is a Baphomet or a head of wisdom. When Jesus represents the Father, he's not talking about this like esoteric like God. He's actually talking about the Baphomet head of St. John the Baptist, who was beheaded. And he's like, is he mad? No, he's not mad. He's changed, right? He's changed. So why do you listen to him? Because he listens to his intuition. He understands his actual wisdom and where it comes from. He has an ancestor who's reincarnated and he has changed. And now he follows his intuition. So this is the Messiah. This is the Jesus within all of us, right? Not just some weird person on the in the Bible. And the apocalypse and all of that energy is representing a time that is to come, which is now. All right. So the disease that they reference in, the Chris Brown and things of that nature, that's really worry and fear. Because worry, the etymology of worry is death, to die from strangulation. And that strangulation is like blocking your respiratory system so you cannot breathe. And you look at the symptoms of corona as a respiratory disease. So worry and fear is the disease being spread by a wolf that is your ancestral energy that is scaring people half to death. And it's not scaring you. So therefore, you don't have nothing to worry about. And this is beyond race. This is pure spiritual race. This is spiritual beings have a human experience, and you could have been in any different car. You can be in any type of car. But if you are a spiritual being, you understand what I'm saying. And you are no longer scared. So in these times of change, worry is the new fear. Worry is the new death. And a lot of people are suffering from worry. And understanding that people who are hirelings, people who ascended, people who are ambitious, trying to make it in this world, they are always looking for rewards. They always look for rewards, people to congratulate them, people to say, hey, you did a great job, you're awesome, this, that, and the third. But these rewards that you seek is the foundation for fear. For if you were not seeking rewards, you would not be in fear. You would be present. And that's what we're urging you to do. That's what that's what your ancestors are urging you to do. They just want you to be present. And they want you to understand that you are a spiritual being. You are not a sheep. You are a shepherd. Okay? You are a shepherd. So, waning moon magic for 328, 329. I'll probably be back with another video Monday morning to do the moon magic. But the waning moon magic for this weekend is always ask why. Always ask why. Don't go along with shit. Because even cosmic chlorophyll, even the melanated people be sheep. They don't be awakened. It be black sheep. It be white sheep. It be Chinese sheep. It be sheeps out here. So if you're not a sheep, you must be a wolf. And you got to understand what happens when you tie into your energy and how some people may get scared. So basically, if a person can't answer the question why, don't go along with it. See, a lot of y'all be going off of people's words, and I wish y'all wouldn't, but I understand the times that we living in where you just looking for something to resonate with. My thing is, if a person's suggesting you some shit, just ask them why. You know what I'm saying? Always ask why. And with this waning moon magic, spread the message. Spread the message of why. Spiritual love, loving with nothing in return, because you are that love to give. You're not looking for love. You are that love. Everything you've been looking for is you. Everything you've been looking for is you. So, with that being said, we're about to go into the tapped in. And so I need everybody to utilize the links in the description, family. Give me 1 second. I'll reload them. I will reload them. But as y'all loading up, y'all got Facebook friends that be sending y'all porn? Or am I the only one? I know that was random, but I just see my Facebook and there's always this girl sending me porn. I ain't never blocked her. I never will either. She be coming through with the good shit. It's quarantine, man. Hoodmystic.com. That's where you could get the readings. ColumbianExchange.com. That's where you can get the merch. Just want to bring people's awareness to this as this energy breaks down. As this energy, you might need some help, some advisement. Not trying to break your pockets or nothing like that. But when it comes to cash, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to love, when it comes to career, when it comes to maybe something's different about me and my energy, or maybe you've been wanting to get a reading and you don't necessarily know if this is the right time, let me tell you, it is the right time. So www.hoodmystic.com. Make a small little investment in your spiritual future, whether it's a $5 cash band, whether it's a 10-minute reading, whether it's a full reading, who knows? Just really dive into my services, ColumbianExchange.com, www.hoodmystic.com. I'm not on here for no reason. Every day, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to make an impact. And with every investment that people make in their spirit, it allows me to spread this message of you are a spirit having a human experience more, So tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your greasy grandmommy, we are tapped in. So if you ain't ready, get ready, plug your ears, mute your phones. It's time to get tapped in. Log in, dial in. Yeah, yeah, yo, you know it. So I'm going to start this live. These children, these children, these children. So I don't know if y'all want to talk to me or not. I was just assuming y'all would. There you go. Trine. Oh, let me cut your mute off. Unmute. Dream, you there?
And I'm here. I'm here.
What's good, bro?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get in. I don't know why. My phone like did something kind of crazy, but nah.
Yeah, I know how the technology. I don't be like, yo, whatever. You like, yo, if it happened, it happened. I'm gonna just make this call. Fingers crossed.
Exactly. But nah. What I wanted you to do was tap into that Beetlejuice
Hmm.
energy that's happening right now, so
Okay.
we can dive into that and actually see how all of this stuff is kind of lining up, if you can.
Sure, sure. So Beetlejuice is actually exploding. It's been exploding probably. I put out an article when it first exploded. Probably like I want to say shit. It was like when I did my site over again. Probably November, sometime like that. October, November. But it's like it's been in a transitional point where it's about to explode, right? But that's the shoulder, right? But then you got to think about it like Atlas Shrugged or whatever. It's a book by Ayn Rand. But then the energy of Atlas, where the mythology is that it's this energy of a titan that holds up the sky and it's his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And he just does it all day, every day, And this is kind of the serious energy. But however, that nigga's shoulder gave out. It's about to explode. And so what's about to happen is that you know, during out the daytime, we gonna be able to see it, just like a star exploded. The first time you could probably say in the history of like civilization where we gonna bear witness to a supernova and just witness it. And
Mhm.
so the timing of all of this energy and what it actually going to present for us is unknowable. Like, it's completely unknowable because it's never ever happened to nobody. So the actual shrinking of Betelgeuse, and you got to think about like Atlas or the Titan. You know how they say like, we built this motherfucking country, but nigga, we
Yeah.
still building it, nigga. We still going to work every day. So nigga, your goddamn shoulder is tired, and it's a metaphor. It's exploding. So you just gotta kind of relax and let this thing all infer. But see, that's kind of why I be always wanting to see the sun, like from people like you,
Mm.
because I know like where I'm at, they completely blocking that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's powerful. Them rays is coming in, and like
Oh
everything is
yeah.
coming into alignment.
Oh yeah.
So
Powerful.
you know that what happened was that a lean video really tapped into some things for
Hmm.
me and just the understanding. I don't know why it didn't ring for me earlier, but I was like, damn, okay, Aleem. And I had to call him and tell him.
Hmm.
He was like, oh yeah, no doubt, God. And man, this thing is here right now.
Hmm.
And that's why this whole A23 God thing, because I've been trying to figure this out this whole morning. But then it clicked on me, and I said, "Oh, okay, I get it. This thing with this 5G and this turning into this us turning into a whole nother entity or energy,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it basically is just a whole nother energy. With
Right.
this Beetlejuice energy exploding, we're kind of waking up. It's kind of coming into alignment.
Yes.
So now it's just an understanding of what they're trying to do on the backside
Mm-hmm.
in this illusionary world. So
Mm-hmm.
now these motherfuckers are here, and I'm just talking. See, this is the confusing part,
Mm-hmm.
because we got to be real with this shit, and that's all I am is
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah. 1,000.
So now it's neuromelanin beings, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
If you one of them, then all right, claim that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Facts. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't care.
Neuromelanin. Neuromelanin. Go ahead. I just wanted to say
Yeah,
that.
not that you melanin. I don't care about the skin. That's what
Fuck
I'm
the
saying, Hood.
skin. I don't
I
give a
don't care
shit.
about the skin. That's all I'm trying to get niggas to understand. I don't care about
1,000.
the skin. That's
1,000.
it.
1,000.
So now it's either you are about to pick up on these rays
Mm-hmm.
and this information, this light, this download, because there's about to be a cosmic download to where you're turning on these superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
Because your DNA is going to be activated in so many different streams.
Mm-hmm.
So now what they're trying to do on the backside is cover you up from these rays, cover you up from this light that's about to happen, right? Out of darkness comes light. We're in this
1,000.
dark time. We're in this time of confusion, this time of worry and fear and all of that stuff, right? Which is not necessarily a bad thing if you can get on top of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? And just
Right.
understand that
Right.
it's just part of this illusion, because it's going into the unknown. If you ain't never been nowhere, sometimes you're gonna have anxiety and shit. If I ain't never been on an African safari,
Right.
I'm gonna have anxiety.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just the same shit. So this unknown is a new territory for us Euro melanin beings.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, I'm trying to get everybody to understand that. So now, when the elitists or whatever is trying to keep us in the house, stop us from picking up on this energy that's coming in, now we have to ask ourselves, okay, well, that's the reverse. We need to be outside right now, like a
Right.
thousand,
Right.
like all the time.
Right. But
Like,
then again, you got to kind of be wary of the clouds because like it just you need to be outside because you got the you closer to the equator, like you know what I'm saying. Up north is low key dangerous to come outside. It's low key dangerous because of the rain and the chemtrails and the snow is not really rain and it's not really snow. It's something completely different to where the birds is like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, I had mad birds chilling with me on the porch today. So I'm like,
I did this. I
yo.
did this. I did this some months ago with the Wrinkle in Time. And when I first did the Wrinkle in Time, I said I ain't gonna do that bullshit.
Uh
But
huh.
I had the family vote, and they all wanted me to do it. So I said, all right, well, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I tapped into it,
Yeah.
and that is basically, the understanding of trying to keep you in this conformity mindset.
Right.
So the conformity is religious. The conformity is Jesus. The
Mm-hmm.
conformity is schools. The conformity is churches. The conformity is uh all this enslavement stuff that they have, that you can't really see with your two eyes, but you can understand with your third eye, your first eye.
Right. Did you do a decode of Wrinkle in Time? Because that's one of
Yeah,
my. Okay. Okay.
I crashed on it like bad, because I understood what they were showing me in real
Facts.
time,
Yeah.
but I didn't line it all the way up until now, because now what this it in the Wrinkle of Time is coming online right now. So
And what's
y'all go
that?
see my wrinkle. The it is basically uh like the subconscious mind power,
Mm-hmm.
or this Beetlejuice, right? They
Right, right,
called
right.
it the it in the movie
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't know what it was. So they just said, "Oh, well, let's just call this the it." Basically, the it is chaos,
Right.
right?
And so that makes a lot of sense because even the movie Beetlejuice, it is not like a accidental like, oh shit, that's crazy. We did a movie called Beetlejuice and the stars exploding. Like, nah, you can
Right.
literally watch that shit like it's a movie. And that's what Beetlejuice was. He was like chaos, but he was like he
Yes,
wasn't to
yes.
be
Come on.
fucked with. Like he would
Yeah.
he would tear some shit up. So it was like, say my name, say my name, say my name. And it's just like now it's to a point where it's like, damn, you even saying it. And it's so powerful because Saint John was buried, his head initially was buried in a beetle dung, like his head was buried in shit, like beetle shit. Like, so that's crazy that you even mention it. And yeah, it's
No,
just
that's perfect. That's
it's
perfect.
crazy.
Good. That's perfect. That's perfect. And damn, that's perfect. And if we want to get real deep with this thing, because I did the whole Aladdin decoded
Uh-huh.
for the Patreon family also, that the scarab beetle, putting these two halves together, basically that yin and yang flow, that feminine and masculine energy, because people are just on one side or the other in this human existence. So
Right.
now when you connect the two, you are in chaos mode. That's what I'm saying. We're in chaos mode when this thing is online and connected. So
Yeah.
now that whole thing is happening right now in this. You talk about all the Beatles and all that. Keep going. Look at you. What? You heard her. She said, yeah, we got all them Beatles in front. Because you know why we got all the Beatles? Because we're online. That's what
It's
I'm
a
telling you.
frequency. It's a frequency. It's definitely a frequency. And they
Man.
had a particular
Come on, baby. You want to
formation
talk?
about themselves. It wasn't like no random shit. Like it wasn't like no infestation. It was like it was a line. Like, there was a formation that was powerful. I was like, oh shit. I watched Beetlejuice so
So,
fast after I seen that. I
so
ain't never
no,
watched a movie fast.
man, I'm telling you, this thing is coming into alignment because it's all in alignment. Just like you said, he was chaos. He was kind of out of character. He was kind of like, damn, how are you gonna, you know, propel me to this other dimension out
Right.
of the circle of time? Because in the movie, they still in the astral world.
They still
That's what
stuck
people.
in this realm. They still stuck in Earth,
Right.
and they need
Come on,
Beetlejuice
hood.
to get to that other
Come on.
realm, to the Osirian realm. And they got all of this fucking fear, right, when they come outside of their door. But really, they got to really embrace it at the end. They got to embrace the chaos to get out of like shit. Them niggas was still going to the BMV. Now you imagine going to the BMV in the
Come
astral.
on, hood. Come on, hood. That's
that
why I'm telling this.
that
Come
gotta
on,
be
hood. That's
hell.
man. I'm telling you, they still stuck. That's what I'm saying. They were still stuck in this realm and reality. So
Yes.
this is all about this whole A23 guy, Corona Chaos is all about escaping the circle of time.
Yes.
That's what I was telling Oni on the last Sunday service.
Yes.
I'm like, dog, this whole thing don't have nothing to do with them manipulating this kind of thing to have power over the world. Motherfucker Trump might die, and he might be dying just so he can get, because he has so much money. He's trying to escape the circle of time. He's trying to propel himself out of this thing
Right.
so he can move on to another realm of reality instead of be stuck in this astral cycle of continuous earth, astral, earth, astral, earth, astral. You know what I'm saying? Type energy.
Man, and you could tell a lot of energies is kind of tired with it. Like you could tell, like all of this shit of this facade that they had to trying to put up. Like the governors is actually telling the people, you know what? Fuck the economy. You know what? Fuck your job. the best thing that we could
Mm-hmm.
do is for you to be safe, because a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna make it through here. So the more people we can have alive, the better. So fuck that shit right now. Imagine
Imagine.
Imagine that shit 10 years ago. Like, you can't even fathom that shit 10 years ago. That they would even be opening up their mouths to say you don't even have to go to work. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No, that's what this thing is, and just like you were saying earlier with the human stuff, right?
Hmm.
There's gonna be an understanding of this thing because Jesus is locked down. This thing outside of the sphere is what's going to hold you down.
Right.
If Jesus come back, that is lockdown. That
Yeah.
is kind of keep you in this lockdown. Not Jesus. Let me make sure the family understand. They're gonna have some kind of manipulation thing that says Jesus came back.
Right.
They might. I'm just saying.
It's a
But the
thing
idea of
because it's
Jesus alone,
authority. It's all about controlling people and controlling their minds.
right?
So even if Trump is the Antichrist, however you want to shake it up, it's going to come out control. Like, right?
Right. No, the idea of Jesus is locked down. Like Jesus is pinned to the cross. He's pinned forward
Yeah.
to the cross. The four is the box. The box is locked down. That's what I'm saying. This four is a box, a hexahedron.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to escape that, you have to, make sure you break out the circle of time, which is uh chaos thought, basically. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Yes. Yes.
We're
Yes.
in this loop, this circle. Now, what you do, Hood, is important because we do have to understand our human to a certain degree, so we can be able to understand ourselves and why we was able to choose this journey.
Yeah, that 10% is
So,
vital. It ain't like fuck the
right,
ego, fuck the human. Like, nah, like I ain't saying that. I'm saying it varies between what's important. Like, it might be a point in time where you have to kick somebody's ass, but if it ain't the time for me to kick nobody's ass, I ain't gonna be on this mode. Like, would you say, nigga? What you say? You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, it's something that I understand. It's a part of humanity, but since you don't have to engage in your humanity so much, I'm saying the spiritual is going to actually take the place for some people. You feel me?
exactly. This thing is coming online like a mother. Man, I'm telling you, this thing is happening right now to where it's just such a powerful uh energy that's why I said the 823 God is vital. This Kobe energy is vital because this thing is deeper than rap. This thing is about escaping, getting out of the seven prison shells, right, and getting into that eight, right, and
Mm-hmm.
getting into that backside of the dog, that tree of life. Everything is coming on to where you're supposed to be escaping the circle of time. Nigga, I meant to send you this too, Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe did a video with like a kid video or something. It
Mm-hmm.
was called Muse Cage or whatever, and
Mm.
he was basically talking about the darkness and light. It was crazy. I'm like, damn, this is the 823 guy right here, and he was talking about how
Mm.
darkness is good for you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn,
Damn. What?
yeah, it was crazy. It was a kid's video. He was like, nah, but darkness is good. He was talking about using the imagination and everything. Muse
Mm.
cage. And the muse cage is basically your imagination getting into the. See, I hate using the word imagination because people
Yeah.
think it's fairy tale.
Right.
But visualization, getting into that aspect because now when you're in this visualization process, now you're able to turn on these things that was that will start to come on in your real life. That's what I'm saying. Like when I go into my meditation, this thing is turning on. So now I don't have to think. My my visualization is just acting itself out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
now
Right.
all I gotta do is sit back and watch the video.
That's
So
it.
now I'm able to receive these downloads because I'm watching something that I understand in real time. Just like when you do with your video or with your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing. Is you go to sleep, you're picking up these symbolic. You ask yourself a question, of course, with the intent, and then you pick up on these messages that your dreams is trying to give to you. The easiest way is dreams, but you can do this in your regular uh, beta state of mind because you're in you have your guide shit, fuck it, your chaos thing. So you can sit there, close your eyes, and get in the alpha state. It might take some time. That's the only thing.
That's the
People
thing.
understand gotta understand it's not like an overnight thing. But if you keep going for it, then this shit will eventually cut on, and now the movie is just playing instead of you directing the movie.
Or you feeling like you just the cast member and you ain't got no control. You the director, producer, and you watching it. So you better do some shit that you want to see. And that's really the energy, man. Like and it's point where it's 0% interest loans in the world. They giving people checks. Like it's a lot of situations where a person might feel like, man, I can't get my shit together. Well, that's the movie. You watching the I can't get my shit together movie right now. So even if you got a plan or an idea, you can materialize it and walk it out based upon its time, space, and energy, and everybody low key on the same playing field based upon me, Kim Kardashian. We all in the crib right now. And so
Mm-hmm.
what we doing with our time versus what other people are doing with your time, it becomes, you know that saying, we all got 24 hours in a day.
Yeah,
Shout out to the A23 God on that. You feel me? Because that's the shit right now. What you doing in your
yeah,
24 hours? Oh, I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. For what, nigga? You don't gotta go to work in the morning. You better stay up and crash. You know, you better learn some shit.
exactly. Exactly. And I ain't lying about this shit because today is my son's birthday. And
Wow.
his birthday is 3/28. And today
Wow.
is that's just in reverse,
823.
8/23.
Wow.
So we lined up in this thing into a whole cosmic level.
Wow.
Why? Because we
Wow.
chose this path. See, that's what I'm saying. We not about to play with this stuff, man. All I can do is just provide information.
Right.
Y'all can do with it whatever y'all want. I'm telling you right now, we have to be able to tap into our spirit, which is it, even if you tapping into this 823 guide, right? Doing your chakra works to alleviate these emotions. So now the videos can come online, like you say they supposed to come online, because if you don't do your chakra work, you still stuck in that human. And if
Facts.
you're still stuck in the human,
You a sheep.
I need y'all to listen to what I'm saying. If you're still stuck in the human, you're not going to get no videos to play on a regular basis.
No.
That's straight up and down. I'm telling you, 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? You might have time to times where your grandma might come in your dreams and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you want to sit there and meditate and get these messages, get these downloads, you have to deal with your chakra work so you can balance out this human and take this thing out of your scope and reality. Shit, you still do chakra work all the time. That's what I'm saying.
You can't help but to do chakra work.
It's not,
It's
yeah,
your
it's like,
glands at the end of the day. It's your
right.
hormones at the end of the day. Like shit. You
Now
can be
that's what I'm
fearful.
saying. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand, Hood.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You can do chakra work, like say you can fall back into your human. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got
Like
you. I got you.
you
I
can
got
have
you.
days where you be like, all right, let me fall into this human real quick.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to get to a higher state of reality, a higher state of consciousness, then you have to do the initial work that these feelings are coming into you to eradicate that human. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say fasting is powerful because when you're able to tap into these different zones and these different levels of understanding, because you're having a human experience,
Yes, you
right?
are having a human experience. Yes.
So with this human experience, it's not this. Oh, somebody's gonna piss you off. Something's gonna trigger you to where you be like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are always gonna come online and blah blah blah. Right, with the human.
Right.
So now, in order to get these uh things to play online, you have to rid yourself of this human existence, human understanding.
As
And
much as
that's
you
what I'm talking
can.
about. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
I'm.
then that's how you actually truly escape the circle of time. Not saying you got to be perfectly balanced and shit,
Right.
but when you transition, you have to be able to understand. Oh, okay, I was feeling that way. Let me go ahead and take myself to another dimension, realm in reality. All right, because I don't have no feelings towards I didn't accomplish this. You know what I'm saying?
100.
And I know time doesn't exist anyway, so I'm gonna go back down here and try this thing again. But you not knowing in your higher self, right?
Right. Right. That
You're
you
so
above and
ignorant to the
beyond
fact.
that. Yeah.
You're so ignorant to the fact that you like, man, I'll just try that shit just cause. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and get that piece of candy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
or play this game. It's like a game to spirit sometimes where
yeah, it's like
it's
it's
like
not even.
nothing.
See, this is the confusing part people are missing.
Yeah.
Billions of years, millions, billions of years, right? Playing this video game, right? And that millions and billions of years is absolutely nothing.
Right.
Now, when you're down here stuck in this physical,
On
it
some
feels like a real
bullshit.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like y'all like God damn, this shit is hurting. Like every day you waking up to this shit, and then you eventually, you transition, and then you say, "Oh shit, y'all need to go watch my wrinkle." Oh shit, that shit wasn't even shit. That shit,
Right.
I could see this shit from beginning to end in this bird's eye view. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not even nothing. Like you playing this thing, right?
You playing it.
And then yeah, so now it's important for us to understand that that we really gotta understand what these now times are, and I honestly believe, man, this whole corona chaos or whatever is about, the people, whoever these people are, trying to escape the circle of time because they were not the natural uh first beings in this thing.
It would
You
be
know what
like
I'm saying?
Hurricane Katrina, right? Where we might look at Hurricane Katrina like a tragedy, but Bobby Hemmett would view it as kind of like a victory of some sort because we have a lot of spiritual warriors online. This is the kind of like the
Yeah.
same idea for spiritual energy for a particular ideology in this world or realm, which is biblical. But when you tie in our energy, we might look at the Bible like fucking Cat in the Hat for real, right? But they looking at it like the most prophetic, like the word of the creator of the universe, and we looking at that shit from an energetic level. Like you talking about Yaldabaoth? You talking about the demiurge, nigga? Like get your stupid ass out of here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and it's really they think that they more important than what they actually are energetically, and they're trying to actually do the only thing that matters spiritually, which is death. Like what else is there spiritually that you can do for power? This is like sacrifices and all of this type of shit where they trying to actually do a spiritual ritual, and they would do anything to make everybody calm the fuck down as they get their shit on. It's
Let
funny.
me do this. Let me do this. If I'm Bill Gates, right?
Right.
Think if I'm Bill Gates, I'm a billionaire. I always been a billionaire. I always been rich. I always had whatever the fuck I want, right? And I can actually, not Bill Gates. I'm tripping. I said Bill Gates. Donald
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Bill Gates, he's one of them too. You
Right,
know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? Let's say Donald Trump. If I'm Donald Trump, always had everything I wanted, blah blah blah. Money ain't nothing. The world is not. I conquered this thing times a million, right?
Right.
It, I'm just going around in circles doing the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting head whenever I want.
Right.
I'm eating whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm traveling to different places whenever. That shit is nothing. You can conquer all of that in a year if you're a
Right.
billionaire.
Right. Right. Do
Now you
everything.
gotta think right. Now
What's
you gotta
next?
think how billionaires think. Well, let me try to become the president in this bitch. He accomplished that shit in
Right.
22 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The earth shit.
Right.
Let me try to become the president. Boom. He becomes the president. Okay, now understand what this whole mind game is. I understand the laws of the universe. I understand the mental alchemy of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also understand that I am, a Caucasian being.
Right. Right. Right.
So I
Right.
don't have no trajectory to go to the other side
No.
unless unless the the melanated being here push me to the other side. They always say that, like, what I'm saying? There's like Panic and Bobby said this. Like, if there's some Caucasian people that will get pushed to the other side because the unconditional love from a black person
Mm-hmm.
is so powerful that they'll get uh trajected to the other side because our mind is all and we're able to have this powerful
I'm gonna
we're
explain
able to do
everything
whatever.
you said in a movie,
I
but I'm
already
gonna
know
let
you
you
are, hood.
finish.
That's why I can't wait. That's why I already know you are. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm explaining
now
everything that you saying right now. It's so funny. Go ahead.
let's create this chaos energy, right? So I can become a hero with
Oh
this
God.
whole thing, and people will start to see me in a whole different light to where y'all can propel me to the other side. I can die a year from now and I'll be good because now I'm on the other side.
Man, oh
You know
man.
what I'm saying? I'm able to go to these different realms and realities instead of being stuck in this one earthly astral realm.
Man, oh man. That shit's so crazy, bro. You just broke down the whole Watchmen, during the Watchmen, it's these like cutscenes of Ozymandias,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, man, what the fuck? Like, well, what do this got to do with anything? He fucking doing weird shit, and so if you watching it, that's like Trump and his moves, like the Apprentice and shit, or any of his moves, just anything. Like he just doing shit that just don't make sense, and you just like, damn, this don't make no sense. Like this nigga is really on one, but he's like the whole point of Ozymandias is like he just want to challenge. He just want to be a hero. His dad
Mm-hmm.
gave him everything. He said, "Fuck that shit." He gave all that money away, and then he wanted to create his own life. So that's Trump. Trump dad had the apartments. He like, you know what, dad? That's cool. Your little apartments and shit. I'm going downtown Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? High rises on their asses, dad. Like, fuck them apartments in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do something way better than you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna beat Trump. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the Ozymandias energy. And then the only way in the show, he partner up with Dr. Manhattan, which is a melanated being, partner up with him, and what do? They do the squids, which is a manufactured fucking event that celestial that motherfucking scare motherfuckers half to death, but they fucking disappear. They don't even exist. And they from like a fucking lab in Antarctica and shit. They sending fucking squids down. And this is inciting fear, right?
No,
So
I heard you good. I heard you. Trust me. And look, That's powerful that you brought up this Watchman too, because why the Watchman is what about the time.
The
The
time.
wrinkle of time is about what time. It's all about the time. So it's about escaping this circle of time. Right. This whole thing is easy. Like when we actually start looking at this thing in totality, because we're good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're just
Right.
ignorant to the fact. We're
Right.
just ignorant to the fact. That's the whole thing. We're
100.
just kind of uh deaf, dumb, and blind to the idea that
Cause you could
there's
succumb
other
to
existences out
manufactured
there.
fear. It's the manufactured fear that niggas succumb to that
Right.
would take you out of the fact of thinking that you might be good.
Yeah, come on, hood. That's all it is, because the fear is the lowest vibration.
One
And
thousand.
then unconditional love or love is the highest vibration. So when you're
Man.
vibrating from this love frequency, now you're able to change the scope and reality of how you see this thing, right? And unconditional, see, that's the thing. People start to think like unconditional love is like, oh, butterflies and flowers and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. No, unconditional love is just a love frequency to where you're actually in vibration to what you say you are,
Who
whatever
you
the God
are. Yeah,
yourself.
whatever
Yeah,
you are. That's unconditional to yourself. I'm
right.
unconditionally loved, therefore, how can I not love? Right? Because I am
Mm-hmm.
fucking love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ever, I know you dark skinned and shit. You ever had like motherfuckers try to play you like, ooh, don't touch me, you black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was oil or something. Like, that's how I am with the love. Like, yeah, don't touch it. If I touch you, it's going to rub off on your ass. Like, because it's unconditional, within myself. But
Man,
yeah,
I'm telling you, it's a vibration. It's a vibration of just like kind of, embodying a frequency that you say you are. So, all of us have this self identity, man, and this self identity can be created, you know, uh, within your thoughts. That's all it is, basically.
right, right.
And I mean, you create this image as a child and all this stuff. See, I'm dark skinned, but I always felt shit dark in the go shit,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
I'm fly, nigga. I'm
yeah.
one of these fine ass motherfuckers around this bitch. So now, what I'm saying? I'm stepping into my power because, I always had that self assurance about me, is the self identity I created within myself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been through whatever, Wesley Snipes or whatever, all these different
Right, right,
uh images that I seen that I programmed myself to believe in. But at the end of the day, what it is all comes back to is, are you uh in love with the guy within you? You know what I'm saying? Instead of being mind controlled and being tricked into an idea
right,
that doesn't serve you, right? It's this low vibrational energy. So now, with that being said, somebody like Trump and them, that they mastered this earth thing. So now they have to be able to see how they can escape out of this circle of time through a wrinkle in time.
right.
So this wrinkle in time is just our thought forms creating this projection for them to get out, because this 5G and 5D,
Mhm.
this whole thing, y'all got to go see my wrinkle in time decoded, family. I posted it on the community tab on my YouTube. I
Okay,
gotta go see it because I dropped on that thing. I'm telling you.
okay, okay, okay.
And
I'm definitely
and
gonna
this
check
was
it
before
out.
all this stuff happened. But this it is happening right now, and this it is for us. Like the little white boy in the movie, right? He
Mhm,
gets he gets controlled by the it,
mhm.
and this it is basically uh the darkness, but the darkness is actually the power,
Right.
right? Because we want to envelope ourselves in the darkness. They show it like an angry, mad, you know, uh, mad kind of being or whatever, like,
Mhm,
hating kind of being or whatever with
mhm.
the dark. But the same thing they did with the Kobe Muse cage. They saw the darkness as like negative,
Right,
bad.
right.
But we know there is no good or bad. There is no negative or positive. It's just energy, right? So it's just about, and Kobe says it. The A23 guy says it in the Muse Cage video. I'm gonna post that one next. I'm gonna send it to you, Hood.
Sure.
He says you have to talk. You have to tap into this darkness, right? To
Right.
get to. He says, nah, darkness is not always bad. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Kobe says. He says,
Mm-hmm.
darkness is not always bad. Sometimes you got to tap into this darkness to get to your higher realities.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, shit. That's what I meant to send you to, Hood. I meant to send you that earlier.
Cause it's another thing, Kobe Bryant Muse, where he getting into the mythology of death too. Like he was really into that Muse, and it was so interesting. I was gonna call this shit Mystic Musings today. Like I was like, should call this shit Mystic Musings. For some reason, I just was thinking that shit. But that's interesting.
I'll tell you, man. So this thing is a powerful time right now.
Indeed.
Like, man, it's marvelous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let this stuff they sending you lock you down. You know what I'm saying? That's the human. You feel me? They trying to lock you down with the stimulus check or whatever they about
Right.
to send
Right.
people, just to keep them down, locked down into the human kind of mindset.
Right.
Rise above that, stay into your God power, and man, come out on top with this new uh, DNA, this new protocol that's about to transform. Because man, we're in a quickening right now, and it's gonna come as quick as you, man, as you say it is, man.
Man, one hundred
For real.
percent. And I was gonna say, shout outs to the young guy, your son's birthday. It was just so interesting that I did this whole build on Saint John. Like I named my son John, right? And he was born September 11th, and the actual feast day for John is September 11th. So that's like crazy
Wow, that's
shit.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
like that don't even make sense. So it's just like, yeah, it's just one of those things, though. Like I said, like actually, well, you said where like the voice piece of this energy, where you can listen to us or not, but the way that this shit was set up for us to actually speak this, like we not doing this for money or no shit like that. Cause there's way better shit that we could do for money. So obviously, it's a particular calling or a particular reasoning for people listening to this information or actually being tapped in. So it's not by coincidence. Let me just tell y'all that first off and forth. Like this shit real. The times are changing, and I would say it's more to do with these children than to do with us, because these children going to be men and women, one day, and
Yeah.
the type of men and women that they're going to be is going to blow your fucking mind. Like,
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, all this 5G stuff, cutting this thing online and
mm-hmm.
preparing us for this new energy that's coming on. This thing is in alignment. They're just trying to stop the flow of this thing. Y'all seen Phil Valentine's video, man? He was dropping on that thing. Y'all gotta go find this Aline video. I don't know if he posted it
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, but y'all gotta go find it, man. I'm telling you, this thing is deeper than rap. This Corona, this 7 to 8. That's what we're talking about. Getting out of the human and getting into that soul star, which is your soul, your eternity star, your infinite chaos being, energy.
Yes.
And man, y'all have to actually understand where I'm coming from, man, because I could see this thing from a mile away, man. I got the timeline. I'm on a whole nother realm of reality with this thing, and I'm not trying to like boost my chest out or no shit like that, but I'm
One
just
time.
telling you what's happening. Because when y'all start to understand that, like, I had a dream yesterday about the damn Phoenix Suns. I was like, man, what the fuck is that about? So now when something happens with the Phoenix Suns, I just need y'all to understand what was going on. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I don't know why the fuck I had a dream about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I had like 4 dreams yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
one of them was this bullshit ass Phoenix Suns, and that was the one that was kind of uh tripping me out, because I'm like, okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? But then
Right.
I started tying up the sun and then the
Phoenix Rising
corona,
though. I
Phoenix, and yeah.
man, I see nothing but
So
black eagles. Like I see Phoenix. I told my wife like these is Phoenix birds, like because they black. They black like crows, but they fly like eagles. And I know ain't no shit online like that. Like family out there see these birds. Let me know in the chat. Like I could be by myself. Like I said, like you said, on alternate reality, bro, where this shit is just making sense. And I'm just saying, you saying that Phoenix shit is like you not the first person to mention Phoenix either. I even told my wife. I told my wife just out of the random, like it's all about Phoenix. We about to move to Phoenix, and she's like, "Shut up."
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm
So,
serious. I'm about
hey,
to
y'all
fucking. We
see?
about to move to Phoenix because it's hot. And I was just saying that shit to her yesterday, like just on some bullshit, like just bullshit flexing for no reason, bro. That's interesting. But go ahead.
Nah, if y'all see anything happen to this Devin Booker or whatever this motherfucking name
Oh yeah.
is, shit, hey, just know, hey, I seen that shit a mile away because for some reason this Phoenix Suns, the basketball team, kept coming into my or one of my dreams yesterday, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what it means, so I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's one of them things that is good that you kind of put that on documentation because telling you these dreams be more than prophetic at this point. Even like that Phoenix Suns within itself just have a whole resonance to it, have a whole gematria to it, have a whole indication. Like they ain't even named that shit Phoenix for no reason. Like I could literally talk to you for a whole another hour about Arizona and just the ancient
Man, I didn't
Americans and
look.
shit.
Hood, this is how crazy it is. I didn't even know where the fuck Phoenix was. I'm like, what the fuck is a Phoenix? And then I said, oh, Phoenix Suns. And then I said, okay. I had to put it in Google this morning. I'm like, oh, okay, it's Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. And then I had to kind of pinpoint where that shit was.
Hell no.
My ass slow. I had to say, okay, well, this is in. Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And then I just left it alone after that. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. But hey, something's gonna come online, and for some reason that shit kept on. That shit came into my dream like it was some kind of message and shit. So let's see. We'll see what happens with this shit because
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
here for the movie,
I'm
man.
just here watching this shit. This is a good movie, man. This is a good ass movie I've been watching, bro. I just been chilling. But thank you for reaching out and hitting me with all of these downloads and accentuating everything that I was really trying to say. So I really do appreciate you, brother, for coming through. And yeah, I'll be wanting to do a video called Ego Magic for some reason. It's hard for me to even explain the power of egos and how to utilize egos into your magic, but I feel like the family could actually utilize it because goddamn egos follow me and my family everywhere we fucking go. Okay, that shit be
Yeah, and
crazy.
I gotta go back and look at some of your Beetlejuice videos. That's why I was calling you for
Mm-hmm.
this morning hood because I'm like, damn.
I'm gonna
Uh,
send you. I'm gonna send you the article that I wrote because I tied in a lot of like um Masonic teams in there, and it's just like a real deep video. But this was like before all of this shit was happening. We used to just documenting shit. I'm happy that motherfucker done documented some shit, so we can kind of like reveal and kind of come back to like okay. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot you that link. Shoot me the videos that you said the Kobe Bryant video. I want to see with the kid because I ain't never seen that joint. And I'll send you the link
yeah,
to my Beetlejuice article.
yeah, I'm gonna send you those. I'm gonna send you. And hey, look, I want y'all to understand
Mm-hmm.
what Hood is doing. We transcribing this thing in real life,
Right.
like in real time, in real form. So Hood is saying some shit that is not even reached upon yet. Like people ain't even tapping into yet. So it's important that we support the guy because he's tapping into some stuff that he probably don't even realize is so powerful in a few weeks. Is now it's happening in weeks, like
Yeah.
1 week, two. You know what I'm saying? So
That'd
that's
be
why I be like, damn, Hood, you be on line with this stuff, this thing is lining up in the stars or whatever. But for you to be able to transcribe it so fast in real time is amazing, and that's what we need. We need people like you because this thing is a never ending story, and people want to hear the understanding this thing, this truth, not no goddamn. Okay, man, I ain't
I
gonna even
get
get
you.
on
I got you.
that.
I get you, man. But this world is propped upon a real world that, because of our electromagnetic spectrum, a lot of us see, our wives see, our children see, but as men, we don't never really get a glimpse into that world unless we dreaming and things of that nature. And this is the world that a lot of us are being blocked out from. So the reality of it coming into realization is just me sitting here like, rubbing my hands like Birdman and shit, like, because I'm just basically
Oh
telling
yeah,
motherfuckers, like, the reason why Freemasonics exist, the reason why governments exist, is to block you from the truth. But however, just because they blocking you from the truth, don't mean that they going to just be on top of this shit forever. We wouldn't even incarnated and had this awareness and listen to all the fucking Bobby videos, all the panic videos, did all of the fucking rituals, walked out in all the nature, married, had kids, did all of this spiritual shit, if this shit wasn't about to crumble and come to a full reality. We all here for a particular purpose. And
oh
Be-
yeah,
and
definitely.
Beetlejuice is like, that movie we saw when we was kids and things of that nature, but they was just planting that shit in the subconscious. So when we come back to this time, we had that reference. So that's why we gotta, do art.
Hmm.
We gotta do art. We gotta drop videos. We gotta do everything to document this shit in our own little special way. Even if you goddamn doing quilts, you know what I'm saying? Quilt this shit, put this shit
Hmm.
out because, that's how anybody remember anything, because of art. So like, we wouldn't know
Yeah,
shit, right? If it wasn't for art, we'd be dumb if it wasn't for people with artistic values and things of that nature. So it's our
definitely.
responsibility to kind of continue with that platform. So your videos and what you doing with your Patreon channel, all of the shit that you doing with the Sunday service. Shout out to you, Spirit Doula, D Ray. Sunday, what's that? 10? About what time?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah,
10
yeah.
o'clock? Yeah,
See,
10
that's what
o'clock.
I'm saying. This thing is light years away. People think these videos are for them and shit. I already know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all watching this shit now, but this shit is not for us. This shit is for people 10, 15 years from now. Like I've already seen the vision. This don't matter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the information is good and relevant to today, but now is basically building on upon an understanding that's going to happen 10 years from now, to where they get these ahas out of these flashes, because all of this stuff is going to be, just like we said, a quickening, right? It's going to be quickly downloaded to you, so quick that you just understand it. And you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. I'm saying, like, we said this stuff before, Hood, but people
Mm-hmm.
can't hear it the first time. And it's important for us to protect our information, because what I'm saying, if we
Mm-hmm.
don't protect it, then that stuff can be
Tell Hood put me on the chorus of one of his songs.
that stuff can be. You heard her?
Yeah, I did. I told her I got her. I'm gonna send her. I'm gonna send her a beat. I don't know. We
No,
gonna
but
think
that
of something. We gonna call it. We need to do a song called Alchemy. I think ain't no alchemy songs out there yet, so I think that's what we about to get cooking.
Tell him write the chorus. I'll sing.
Fuck it. It's going. It's going.
exactly. No, that thing can be transcribed as somebody, what I'm saying, as you not being in the know, because you already said it fucking a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. And
So
that's
now people are confused about, damn, well, this nigga just said that. I said that fucking a mile ago.
But that's the
You know what I'm
thing
saying?
about
I'm the one.
Betelgeuse. It's 600 years. It takes 600 years for its light to reach its planet, and that's like time in a human perspective. But then consciously, we already there and back, just in that thought. In that instance of thought, nigga, we went to Beetlejuice, rolled up, drunk a couple shots, and then back into this conversation because our minds travels faster than light. So when we understand these things from a human perspective, them niggas is slow as shit. When we understand things from a scientific perspective, that's slow. But when it comes to this chaos, the neuromelanin is the same substance that pervades the whole galaxies, the whole cosmos. You feel me?
Right.
So
Right.
if we meditate on that, we are one and we could go within that space in a time like timeless. There is no time. But that's
Mm-hmm.
what this
Yeah.
awakening is about because Beetlejuice went dark. went dark. Like it is no more. But that's old shit. It's already exploded. Like you can automatically say it's just exploded already. Because even when it does explode, scientists and humans going to be late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, man, it's just a powerful time, man, and I
Mm-hmm.
just want the family to know that, man. And man, we're gonna talk good. You already know
Yeah,
what time it is.
for sure, bro.
I want everybody to get on this thing, but yeah, definitely. Just call me whenever, and you know what time it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you tonight, anyways, just to kind of build with you, and then most definitely tap in. Want the family to tap in tomorrow, 10 o'clock. The spirit dude. I want to hear what sis got to be talking about, and I know y'all gonna go in. So, Sunday
Oh
service is
yeah,
on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Dream. Thank you.
yeah. All right, all right.
All right,
Peace, God.
peace out. So Prime, I see you. I see you back there, Prime. And but I got my man Jabri all the way from the 216. What's popping, bro? What's popping?
Yo, what's up? Not much.
Chilling,
Not
man.
much. Just soaking up game. Um, soaking up game. I'm really getting catching wind of what this A23 guy really is.
Mhm.
You know, I got a whiteboard in my room,
Mhm.
and I drew out basically the infinity sign
Mhm.
plus upside down star equals 13.
Mhm.
And
Oh, that's
I
powerful.
don't
Go
know, it's
ahead.
just been emanating.
That's powerful.
And I had
That's
yeah, and I had a
powerful.
dream. I had a dream the other day. Um, and basically I was at my elementary school and some kid was like, all the elements are finite or non-continuous.
Mhm.
Then after that I woke up and I mean it's something that we read a lot, you know what I mean? Like this
Mhm.
word is an illusion, but it really solidified in my head that, you know, it is truly an illusion.
Mhm.
And the best way I can explain it is like,
Cause you a chemist. I just
yeah,
want the people to understand, like, yo
yeah,
background to whatever we reference into, like they like infinite, non-continuous. What the hell you talking about? But bro is a
yeah,
chemist, so he might be speaking a little. I'll be your translator, bro. Go in, though. Go in.
yeah, yeah. So, um, all four of the elements are non-continuous, and I took that as the basically what's the source of the elements,
Right. Okay.
and I came to the conclusion that thought is the first element.
Okay.
Um, no matter what plane or what existence, you know what I mean. Um,
Hmm.
everything emanates from thought,
Hmm.
and I feel like it always been like information for me, but now I took it past
Okay.
wisdom and I was truly like understanding. I'm truly like seeing things happen in real time just based off of my mindset, when I wake up or when I'm going to work and stuff like that.
Let me ask you a
Um,
question. So
Yeah.
In your trials and tribulations of putting formulaic combinations together, you run up against something that's very difficult to kind of digest. Do you ever sleep on it to get past that blockage?
It's a good question. Um, a lot of times I'll do like numerology on it, some
Mm-hmm.
information, um, and maybe even look at the planet positions, just position over my chart,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and whatever aspects stand out to me, then I'll dig into that. It may be something going on with Jupiter
Mm-hmm.
and Mercury,
So
and I'll
that
just
ties
key in on
in.
that.
I don't mean to interrupt, but that ties into
Mm-hmm.
you saying that you are beyond knowledge and information, but really tapped into a understanding of energy. Understanding for you is in your subconscious mind or in your sleep, because consciously, I'll just tell you, you very very smart, but subconsciously, you a fucking brilliant mastermind. So it on the levels in comparison is like like a third grader when it comes down to the comes down. Like you get more
Yeah,
done when you subconscious. It'll will allow you to use that master brain for everything that you want to use it for. But since it's so powerful, it's like a mainframe or something. You outside of the mainframe, but you the mainframe as well. But you like can do remote tasks. But the remote tasks allow you to go in different rooms. But that's still not the source of your energy. It's still a mainframe and a modem for which allows you to even be remote. So I would say those dreams, those
yeah,
dreams, my naga, is like that discontinued, whatever, infinite being, that little kid. That's
yeah,
everything, bro. That's everything
yeah,
and then some. But I just wanted to share that with you.
yeah. Dream journaling helped me significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Significantly. Um, I'm pretty surprised at how much I remember of my dreams
Mm-hmm.
now that I actually journal them, or like shit has just start dropping in my head. And it could be, I usually wake up at like 6 in the morning. It could be like, 3 o'clock in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
start remembering more stuff, and then I'll go, write it down and meditate on it, and then it's kind of like it just builds more and more. Um, your spirit really works with you if you make it an effort.
Yeah, and that's
you
and
know.
that's a thing, and that genius comes on super line, man. Tell me that sentence one more time from your dream, cause I gotta write that down. That was like, it was like, what? Tell me the sentence that the little kid said, so I can write it
Yeah,
down.
yeah. So it was a little kid, and this kid name was Cornelius.
Oh shit, Cornelius in the
And
building.
yeah, Cornelius was like, all four of the elements are non-continuous.
Okay.
And once I woke up, I meditated on that, and Spirit told me the first element is thought, and all other forms and all other elements come from thought. Um, and I
Man,
mean, it's really simple, but it
it's
just
so
makes
simple.
sense.
It
It
but
makes
it
sense
makes
now.
sense, especially in this time of change and great transformation.
Mm-hmm.
If this is true, let's think about what we want to create, how we want to formulate our elements, our emotion bodies, our mental, our passions. Redirect your energies, but first start with thought, because even if you wanted to do that shit right now, guess what? You couldn't anyways because this shit locked down. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
be really diligent in your thoughts and what Jabri just mentioned. Only way you diligent in your thoughts, what Dream just mentioned, is by documenting that shit. Oh, I don't write. Why not? you be thinking. You be thinking. You know how many
Yeah.
times you done thought some shit and forgot about it, but that thought could have saved your life. inventions and things of that nature that your ass done just forgot about, you ain't gonna forget about it if you write it down. You ain't gonna forget about your dreams if you get like, I don't remember my dreams. Do you dream journal? No. Well, it's gonna be hard. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like sex. I don't know what sex feel like. I can't tell you what it feel like either. You gonna just have to experience it. So you gonna have to journal that shit over time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To pick up the vibe. So yeah, Jabri.
Another thing with thought being the first element, that I'm starting to understand is that every creation has a negative and positive. Oh, hold on for a second. Sorry.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thought is the first element, family. Like, that to me is powerful. I'm about to meditate on this whole idea that thought is the first element. Shout out to Jabri. Shout out to the family. Shout out to you. I think Jabri putting his order in. Was you putting your food order in, bro? Sound like I want steak and cheese.
Nah, my mom, tomorrow my birthday, and she bought some green pie and stuff. So she was, telling me it was here. But
nice. And congrats
and
too.
So
you were saying on thought being the first element.
Yeah. So with thought being the first element is, the key to creation, or the key to the creation of all matter, just in the sense of this realm. And in all creation, you create a light and a dark side, or it's always a negative and a positive to a creation. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really helpful in the sense that when you set an intention, it's not going to be fairy tale. It's going to be an obstacle in it. It's going to be some type of pushback in it. But I think, as you move forward with it, and you understand that in your creations, you're creating a shadow and a light version of it. It makes it easier, I guess.
Right. Can I help you out there? If you have your negative and your positive already instilled, then when they actually occur, it's not going to fuck you up. Initially, if I'm gonna work through my intention, I'm gonna always because we did waning moon magic. The next video I'm gonna do, or not the next video, but when it comes about our time, I'm gonna do first quarter magic. First quarter is you actually dealing with the shits, because the shits is a part of manifestation. Like, the part of manifestation that do not deal with the first quarter is just not a part that don't exist. Like, it's going to be fucking rabbits that come and fuck with your garden, steal your carrots, what's up, doc, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta actually handle that. And if you don't handle it, shit, you ain't gonna have no goddamn garden. You ain't gonna have no manifestation. You ain't gonna realize your intention. And you be like, well, I planted 1 million seeds. Well, did you deal with the first quarter? Did you deal with the negative? Did you deal with the obstacle? Did you deal with the challenge? I don't want no obstacle. I don't want no challenge. You don't want to manifest. Like, you just don't want to manifest. Like, you just don't want to manifest. Like, you want to live in some fucking fantasy world that don't exist, and that's perfectly fine for you to do. But in this 10% human world, there's a thing called planting the seeds, and there's a thing called pests. There's a thing called enemies.
Yeah.
And it's really important. It's a thing called jealousy. It's a thing called fear. It's all this type of shit that exists around you, that if you're not at least aware of it and knowing when to leave or deal with it or address that shit, then you ain't gonna manifest, because you want everything to be perfect.
It kind of made me think of like the Kabbalah, and the quote unquote best path is the middle path. But sometimes you might be drawn to either the left or the right.
Victory.
But I think you want to continuously move, to Kether, you want to move to the very top.
And that's the sexual, really, the deeper aspects to shit, which for real, people don't actually want to deal with that. they rather go to the left side, which is victory, or to the right side, which is Nasach, which is kind of, these people don't like me, or I want to fight, or, I want to use my hands, and these things of that nature. But the middle point is really building up where I think, so do you build up from Malkuth into Kether, or do you build from Kether down to Malkuth? That's Kundalini, that's the infinity, that's the 823 God as well. It's like you building, and then you actually got to learn how to descend, because you got to take energy from the 8th chakra and then descend it down through the 7th, 6th, 7th. But then you got to take energy from Earth and bring it up through your chakras. So if you breathing in, breathing out, all of these, it sound real complicated, but really it's the modality of breathing and then consciousness. Where are you breathing from and where are you breathing out? Like, it's not hard, but it's negative and positive. Basically, like you breathing in and you breathing out. You getting rid of shit and you absorbing shit at the same time. You just don't wane, you just don't wax. You deal with the shits, and that's
electric and magnetic.
Bear, you do it. You deal with it, and you're not afraid of it. But if you're afraid of the obstacles, we might as well cancel this course, start over again. I don't know. Maybe it's like there's other types of people out there that'll just tell you like it ain't no obstacles. You can just do this, do that. But I just don't ascribe to that. But you helped me understand that even deeper as I was taking notes while you was talking. So just thought I'd add that.
Yeah, and I mean, even like to keep on beating on this horse of the first element being thought. I really feel like my existence is a fragment, and then a reflection of that fragment. And I feel like you do yourself a lot of harm when you beat yourself down about just human stuff in general, or even putting yourself on a pedestal, because this is not even truly you. You know what I mean? This is just a real like quick run through, if you will. And and when you look at it like that, it's really nothing to worry about. It's just have fun.
Indeed.
Get out there and make mistakes, and win and lose.
Indeed. But the idea of it is where you gotta kind of big yourself up, but not yourself up, if that makes sense. Like your soul is so fucking dope that you can't help but to fucking give it its props, give it its killing shit. Like you just that dude. Like they get soul shit. That's just like unstoppable. However, the human, cause you walk in through it like some blue gator shoes on, you know what I'm saying, with a blue pastel suit, and you think you the freshest nigga, but all we doing is going to a goddamn basketball game. Well, old school, you overdressed. You could, but I'm killing it. No, you killed. Like, bruh, go change. Get a t-shirt. We all got on t-shirts and sweats, bro. Like, you got, like, so you just gotta know, like, how to flex. Like, you flex soul. Like, you flex on mental, acute. Like, we just got our own little flexes that we have. But my thing is, don't deny your gifts, too. At the same time, but everything in moderation. But I say go OD with your love for self, love for the soul. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just reflection, like you say, a reflection of the actual truth. Is that shit's awesome beyond all words and describing. That's what the soul is.
So I have another question.
Sure.
Like when you're doing the dragon breath or breath of fire, what are like the visual images in your head, and are there other like breathing exercises to raise Kundalini?
Sure. And I'm sure there is. And I muted Prime. I'm going to just say it and then I'm going to let Prime go take over because that's the breathing expert, the residential
Okay.
breathing expert of the hood mystic, whatever situation we got going on. But he the CEO of breathing. So but I'm going to say when I breathe in my dragon breaths, it's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. But I can't let the energy escape outside a circle. It's my
Mm-hmm.
That's my visualization. I'm breathing within a circle, and I'm never going beyond that circle, and never going like I'm filling up the circle though, because I'm and my stomach is in and out, in and out, in and out, but I'm just contained within this circle and breath. And so if I'm doing it correctly, then I'm out of here in a minute. Like I'm gone. If I'm still
Yeah.
within my brain and I'm still like, oh, the kids this, the kids that, then shit, maybe I'll do it later because I'm not there yet. But if I'm doing
Uh-huh.
my dragon breath correctly, I'm in and out, I'm in my circle. If you want a visual representation, watch the fountain. And the part of the fountain at the beginning when he dies,
Is that a
well,
movie?
yes, it's a movie. He fake dies, and when he fake dies, he transcends into this bubble, and this is where his Atman or his inner soul constantly is. The soul is always meditating, always meditating.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's contained within this bubble, and then around it is many different other soul bubbles, but we all have our own bubbles. So within that meditation and tapping into that and realization, of the Atman, of the soul that's in constant meditation, when I meditate, I'm coming into one with that. So with each breath, I'm bringing the Atman, myself, and all things in oneness. And if I
Okay.
can't do
Okay.
that, then I'm just not ready. I just need to just, watch some
Yeah.
TV or something. Just
Okay.
till I get ready in that mode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, word. I'm unmuted.
Yeah, you unmuted. You
My
unmuted.
bad.
Go ahead and
Um,
drop.
dude.
I'm
First of
ready.
all, man,
Ready to take
Jabri, we gotta
notes.
hook up, man, because I was looking up the oxygen absorption spectra on the 5G thing, and I needed a chemist. I was thinking, man, I need a chemist and you know, an electrical engineer, and here you are. So we gonna get up on that so we can better
Sure.
define the.
Hey Jabri, are you on the Slack? I think you on the Slack. If you on the Slack,
Um,
just
no, I'm not. No, I'm
okay.
not. I'll
I'll send
join
you an
today.
email. But we
Okay.
need you on there though, brother.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So I agree with everything you said, man, and that this is what the yogis are teaching, Jabri, is that the source of all elements, like you said, is thought. So thought is the first undifferentiated element of existence. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you start with just one thought, now you back into I am consciousness, and that's the thing that all people can access. That, that I am consciousness, which is just I'm here. Every being can experience that, and there are many different ways of meditating, um, and many different ways of visualization. Personally, what I've seen over these past years is that there's more of we're a sensational nation, right? We like
Yeah.
our movies, we like our certain things on the internet that we get. I'm with my daughter and wife, so I ain't gonna be saying certain things right now, but some cats be finding all kinds of things on the internet. We are an eyeball nation. We love to visualize. There's nothing wrong with that if your visual center is balanced. This is kind of what Dreamwise was talking about. When you start living from that I amness, when you start living, in your seeking God, am God nature, then your visualization, you don't have to question it. It's pure because it's unconditioned. It's not conditioned by society or your schools or whatever else. You come in straight as a natural being. When you can do that, then your visualizations are going to be on point. You won't even have to worry about what to visualize because it's going to come to you because it's a natural part of your existence and just your everlasting being. So um, when how do I say this? You, the easiest way, if you're unsure about what to visualize, is to go from your heart. I wish I could remember the name of the song I heard today. It was real cool. It said, something like your head is for thinking, your heart is for feeling.
Mm-hmm.
If you just, we rely too much on visual. So just feel the feeling of feeling without visualization. If you can start working on that as a practice, like, just imagine being in a totally dark room and keeping it dark. Don't give yourself any special visualization. Just feel.
Mm-hmm.
Your it's going to grow your spirit to a point where you can walk into any situation and decipher it, and all of a sudden what comes to you in visual will be like a download or an instant drop, like Dreamwise was saying. You're going to instantly peep the situation. That's that, what the movie interpretation and all of that stuff. It's just going to happen because you've been working on the background of it, which is the feeling. So
Can
let
I
me tell
say
you
something
what.
real quick? I don't want to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interrupt, but like this sounds like when I used to meditate real heavy, and I would just be in a dark space for so long, and then at a certain point, it would be like real serene but
Yep,
vivid realities of like colors and truth,
yep.
and like it would just cut through the darkness, and it would be so jarring because I was just submerged in darkness that the greens and the white would just kind of just break me up out of my meditation. Like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to add
Right,
that.
but it came to you,
Yeah,
is
it
what I'm saying.
came
Like
to
you didn't
me.
you
I
didn't
didn't look for it. It was there,
exactly
and it would be like, okay, get in a car and drive in nature because that's what I would be seeing. So,
exactly
go ahead.
right, right. So it came to you, and when you get to that point where those visualizations are coming, as opposed to you trying to create them, then you're working with spirit on a whole different level. Um, and another thing Dreamwise was talking about, which is going to come into meditation, whether you're doing dragon. Oh, let me tie this back in, so I can keep it short. So the whole conversation today, to me, was about, like, you know, not living in fear, right? And
Or
basically,
worry.
what
Yeah.
Dreamwise was saying with his visualizations is that life projects from within. But if you are hanging on to your conditioning of society, school, mama, whatever, then what you're projecting from within is that conditioning. So first, like he said, like Dreamwise said, you got to do your chakra work, balance your energy, and get into yourself. Find out what you like because you like it, not because someone else told you like it. Find out how you feel because that's how you feel, not because someone else told you that's how you feel, etc. Um, and the key to this, which I told you this, Hood. I'm gonna write this one pager for you. But what I've been seeing on the internet is like a lot of people now are putting out that's far too long, and we don't need it to get through daily life. But daily life puts us through that because that's a way for people to get money. If they can keep you on jump all the time, on nervousness all the time, then they can pull stuff from you easy because you be acting like a sheep.
Yeah.
The way to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, the simplest way, is an exercise called nadi shuddhi.
Okay.
And that's just basically alternate nostril breathing. They even have, like, in the Indian journals of medicine, they've done experiments to show how it drops your blood pressure, um, and just puts you in a state of calm. So family,
All
get
right,
out, get out and look at.
we gonna
Yeah,
do the visual aids in the meditation in the conversation towards breathing this week. Family, we built up on it last week. This week, the brother Prime is going as promised, going to come with the breathing one page. He's about to
yes,
type
sir.
up the one page, send me the
One
visual
page.
aids. I'm gonna do the visual aids, put the slide screen together. He's gonna give me the cues of
the
when to
rundown. Yeah.
slide, and I'm gonna slide, and I'm gonna be sliding, taking notes because what he just said is that people have been stealing our thunder, but we can't be mad at them because we is slow on the bait. We've been talking about this shit for 3 weeks now, so
Right.
just
Right.
this energy needs to be distributed to the people. So if we don't do it, best believe Spirit is going to use other people to bring out this information.
Right.
However, can't nobody
We're
do
gonna
it
get
like
on that.
we do it, so we gonna do it like we do it. So that's just how it is. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
this
So
week,
my
right,
the
Prime?
only thing
Right,
I would say
Prime?
to end. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
The only thing I would say to end it is just, release that fight or flight.
Yeah.
Release the tendency to jump into that mode. Like Dreamwise was saying, are you human and are you being too much human right now? Get out of that fight or flight. Whatever you have to do, whether you have to visualize, breathe, go swimming, have a party, be with your loved one, whatever, get out of fight and flight mode.
Or find the darkness. If you can find the darkness and stay in the darkness, because that's all your fear entails anyway, is the actual fear of darkness, right?
Yep.
But out of
Yep.
darkness comes light. So if you can
Yeah.
just sit in the middle of darkness, if you can sit in a quote unquote sunken place, which is reverse psychology, the woman was
Yep.
a psychologist, so she's doing psychology, reverse psychology, get you afraid of the sunken place, things of that nature. My thing is be surrounded by darkness, and whatever light
Yeah.
shows up, that light is supposed to be there. But if you can't
Yep.
get comfortable with darkness, then you're not going to be
You got
comfortable
an
with
issue.
really shit. You
Right.
going to be uncomfortable, period. Just period.
Yeah.
Because once you get comfortable with the darkness, then you are one with everything, because that akasha, the spiritual substance, which is,
Yep.
beyond microscopic, is subatomic, is actually the
Yep.
energy that pervades the whole universe. And once you in contact with that, you are in contact with the whole universe. Just a repeat of what
Yeah.
I shared with Dream, but it just,
Yeah.
that can be reiterated. That could be repeated.
Exactly.
I'm going to say that again. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
But I just wanted to say that,
Indeed.
for Jabri, come from, start working with the heart more. Start working with the mode of feeling more than. I mean, not more than. I mean, use every faculty you got. If you want to visualize, visualize. But, start learning how to use that heart energy too.
Yeah. Usually when I go into meditation, the first thing that I do is put all my attention to my heart center. And once I started, I always just dreamed about a Merkaba where my heart was, a green Merkaba, and it just energy emanating from it. But now it's more so of trying to just not even think, just straight up observing.
Yes. The witness, being the witness.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
But
and I
would
feel like
say
my meditation has been more effective doing that. But what were you saying?
I would say that, there would be a level of you feeling like you have to get somewhere. But I just would want to tell you that you're already there. And not for you to walk around here like, yo, I'm here, I'm there. I just would hope that you could self-reflect on how brilliant you are and how in tune you are and how divine you are, more than not, right? That self-reflection being more predominant. So if you do have any types of worries or fears, you can easily notice them like, oh shit, that's so unbecoming of me. Was I actually worried there? As opposed to, you might get in spirits or spaces where you might manifest great things, and then a little speck of worry could have you just take over and disrupt and disturb all of the great shit that you just manifested. So I would only advise to just self-reflect on divinity as it is. Like, you don't got to make shit up at this point. You could just reflect on your life as it is. Don't beat yourself up like, oh shit, I'm 24 and I'm not living the life of a 34-year-old yet. That's like just a practice, trying to teach you something about yourself. And you can only learn from yourself over time. Like, you know, you got it going on, bro. Bring that energy into your meditation. Should have passed. I'm just a little confused. It'd be like, damn, bro, like LeBron, you the leader. I trust you. Like, go out there and ball. Like, show out. You know, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you make it, he's still our star. We still gave you all the money. So, you know, it's your job to lose, brother. So, you know, if you gonna go out there and you know, just hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's that confidence of being the star. Star
of your own movie.
Star of your own movie, writer, producer, director, and all of that. And then, like, damn, I got the budget. I got everything going for me to really put out an amazing movie and have an amazing time in my life. Because I be talking to these old dudes, and these old dudes be making it seem like, you know, I got it going on. So I'm going to take their opinion. So, and this is another thing, like what Dreamwise was saying about, like, this don't got nothing to do with what we talking about, but it do. When we were children, it was older women who would say, oh, you dark skinned, that's going to really be your shit when you get older. But the younger girls our age was like, you dark skinned. So it puts that confusion in your brain. But the older people who knows can actually tell you some real shit. Like, don't worry about it, Jabri. You got it going on. You just don't know it yet. But just deal with it. And I'm just using, like, the older ladies telling me, like, oh, don't trip on being dark skinned. These young girls just don't know what they don't know what they missing type shit. You follow me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just telling you as an older person, like, oh yeah, you don't got shit to be sad about, shit to worry about. Whatever circumstances you in right now is perfectly fucking normal for a young man. Like, so normal. So don't even trip. But you can still, with all the situations that you feel is negative, you can still self-reflect with the utmost of knowing that everything's going to work out in your favor. But still ask the questions. I still say you the same shit, you know. I ain't saying don't ask the questions, but you know, if it's a different answer, I'll let you know. But, you know, I'm going to always be consistent with my answer and be consistent with, you know, how I view your energy. And it ain't like, you know, you come over like, yeah, man, shit's real crazy right now. It ain't what I thought it was going to be. You always manifest and show and prove your energy is right and exact. So, you know, just continue to evolve and mature within your energy. And take it easy, you know, especially now. You know, it's all going to work out. That's the OG game. You feel what I'm saying, Prime? You know how it
Hells yeah.
older game to the young man.
Yep. The older cats would be like talking to you like, young blood, man. Just go ahead and do that. They used to call us young blood. So, you know, that's what it is, man. Just let it roll. Let it roll.
Yeah. Works out. But I think I'm gonna end this video. I really appreciate all y'all kind of chiming in and really helping me out. Prime, I want to still talk to you. We got other stuff to talk about. Can probably hook up this evening like we said we was. And
indeed.
When me and Prime do go live, though, y'all can be privy to the information for which we'll talk about only if you join the Slack. There is a link in the description. You can click that link, join the Slack, and me and Prime will be talking about it. Hopefully we can get Jabri on there. Jabri will be chopping up some game because we do need a chemist. But Jabri, I'm gonna send you that email to get you an invite. And I just want to thank the family for tuning in, and I want to thank the fellas for tuning in. Dreamwise, Jay, I didn't get to you today, but, you know, Jay, it is what it is. I want to talk to you, so, you know, reach out to me in some form or fashion. Jabri, Prime, thank you guys for reaching out. Beyond that, guys, I'll see you guys on the flip side sometime Monday or Tuesday. talk about this astrology. But if you want to reach me, you can reach me right away by joining the Slack. So fellas, you know what it is. I'll see y'all on the flip. Family, you know what it
Peace.
is. I'll see y'all on the flip. Peace to everybody. One.